Hey everyone, this is Laura Wells doing a quick update with Forbidden Knowledge News. Okay, so some of this is a correlation of data and work between Mark Elkin and myself. Our team is always monitoring data and watching closely. Okay, so I'm going to be touching on volcanic activity and why it's so active lately, and also the magnetic North Pole migration. So as most of you know, our sun has a binary system or binary twin. Most all solar systems have a binary companion, and some are even trinary systems. Our binary brown dwarf is called Nemesis. Like our solar system, it has its own planets. It is nearing Earth and will pass by us. We are feeling the gravitational and magnetic effects on our planet now as it gets closer. Some data shows that the earliest pass-by estimate is in 2023 to 2024. 2023 likely being its perihelion fastest orbit. This coincides with pole shift data as well. 2023 has been on our minds for years as a big year of events to watch for. The ancients had all kinds of names for our star's companion. The Bible has it as the Crossing and the Great Red Dragon. The Sumerians also called it the Great Red Dragon. Hebrew was the Destroyer, the Winged Serpent by ancient Indians, and by the Egyptians, the Winged Disc. And other names for it were names like the Winged Orb, the Death Star, etc. Now, I personally think that Planet X is something separate from this system, but that is just my personal opinion through my own research. There are planets with this system, and the outermost planet is known as Nibiru. It is on the outskirts of this system and will be the closest to pass us. The Hopi tribe calls the seventh planet the Red Kachina and its moon the Blue Kachina. We know the term Nibiru means planet of the crossing, but did you know that its cuneiform sign was often a cross or various winged disc? It was considered by the Babylonians to be the celestial body associated with the god Marduk. The Sumerians called the race the Anunnaki. Theorized, there are claims that Nibiru was home to the technologically advanced extraterrestrial race the Anunnaki, those who from heaven came to earth in Sumerian. So anyways, the brown dwarf sends out massive amounts of cosmic radiation. Also, Earth's protective shield starts to weaken and we don't get much protection from the incoming dangerous cosmic rays. The closer it gets, the more cosmic rays we will face. Cosmic rays feed into the Earth's core, causing core expansion and crustal displacement. This causes magma to be on the move in a very big way and all kinds of volcanic activity to increase. This also causes shifting of land masses and buckling of roads and sinkholes. Infrastructure issues is a direct result also. The cosmic radiation even affects people's health, everything from joints and muscles to headaches to heart problems and strange heart arrhythmias. It is a scientific known fact that sudden cardiac death is heightened and happening the most during geomagnetic activity and cosmic radiation events. There are published scientific papers on this. And we are definitely seeing increasing radiation levels as the system nears. Okay, not to mention its own debris field that is nearing as well right along with it. Hence the increasing near-Earth objects, or NEOs. But anyways, with all this, we're talking things like extremely chaotic weather, crazy storms, crazy lightning, thunderstorms, huge hail chunks, wind like you've never seen before, major unrest, major volcanic activity and magma, earthquakes, intense hurricanes, sinkholes, earth cracks, core expansion and crustal displacement, infrastructure issues, water displacement events, intensifying cosmic radiation, changing everything on the face of the earth, including breaking and damaging DNA, collapsing of the magnetic field, intense space debris field, and so much more. We already see things like the depleting magnetosphere, increasing NEOs, so near-Earth objects, tidal anomalies, the oceanic heat content increasing along with the sea ice reduction, fish and animal die-offs, whales and dolphins and other sea creatures breaching themselves, mass land animal die-offs, including birds falling out of the sky, the volcanic increase, the extreme weather anomaly increase, climate changes, jet stream problems, and so much more there also. The closer the brown dwarf gets to our inner solar system, the more our core reacts. The more our axis tilt wobble fluctuates, the more our magnetosphere depletes, the more cosmic waves radiation we see, the more magnetic disturbances we see, the more earth changes we see, and the more volcanic activity that we see. This should give you all a good idea of what's going on with the volcanic activity and such. Hence the reason why dormant and extinct volcanoes are waking up and new ones being announced, exactly as warned. This will only increase. For example, Iceland. We warned about Iceland. I could tell when the activity started there that it was a magma problem, a volcanic problem. We were warning about that exact area beforehand anyways. Here's a small clip from my March 20th video. So within the last 5 or 6 years, we started warning that in the near future, Iceland would become a very big problem area, a volcanic problem area, and that going forward, we would need to watch and even watch the dormant and extinct volcanoes. So ever since then, over the years, volcanoes have started to wake up, dormant ones and even quote-unquote extinct ones. But one of our big problem areas was Iceland. But I knew this was only a matter of time before magma needed to find release points and vent holes. So anyways, we've been following some big destabilizing events going on in Iceland since June of 2020. Monitoring the data moving forward, we could tell it was destabilizing and was only a matter of time before we see an Iceland eruption or even magma surfacing. So we've been heavily monitoring it since June of 2020. Watching on and off swarms as it was destabilizing and becoming more of a problem area. Then when the swarm came back stronger here recently, we knew it was time. I made some posts on expecting an eruption and magma, and now we are seeing an eruption, a rare eruption. Now this is just a small piece of the puzzle to a much bigger picture, a much bigger problem. And it's no coincidence that we were able to track and call the eruption of something that hasn't happened in 6,000 years. So the 2016 post said that this was coming in the future. The mid-2020 post said, okay, it's here and destabilizing and could happen within months. And then less than a year later, the bigger swarm hits, and boom, we have what we were constantly warning about, an Iceland dormant eruption. So Iceland volcano, dormant for 6,000 years, blows. That's the headlines you're seeing right now. So you get the idea that dormant volcanoes are definitely waking up and magma is on the move. In my interview here with Forbidden Knowledge News in 2019, I stated that we need to watch for this volcanic activity to take place and increase as we move forward, and here we are. Also, one of the questions in the interview was, what are your thoughts on the movement of magnetic north? I answered with, well, it's speeding up and increasing fast. And then, when adding Earth's weakening shield, that's not good at all. We've seen this gradually taking place with moving and migrating, but we're going to see it rapidly speeding up soon. We're having major Earth tilt and wobble and jet stream problems. We need to watch for more changes in the magnetic north pole and the major pickup in the activity of the pole migration. We will see it enter into those weak field lines. The poles will begin to break open and move very rapidly, all while the magnetosphere is plummeting. I stated then that we are talking over the next 4 to 5 years, if not sooner, and that was in 2019. So based on that claim, that would put us in about 2023 to hit our weakest field lines. Now let's take a look at the current data. Taking a look at the TriMag data via Maverick Star, we see activity picking up and still pointing to us hitting those weak field lines of the 40-degree mark in around 2023. That's only if it doesn't continue to speed up or have another jerk or more jolts like it did this last month. The current data shows that the magnetic north pole has migrated 5.2, it has migrated 5.2 miles since last month on March 17th. This is a big sudden jump. For instance, and as an example, in February 2020, I reported that the magnetic north was migrating about 4 miles a month. Later that year, I reported that it started to increase a little, anywhere from 4.1, 4.2 to 4.3 miles a month. Now, as of April 17th, so March 17th to April 17th, it has jumped up from 4 miles a month to 5.2 miles in a month. Like I said, that's a big sudden jump. Now, it might go back to normal next month at the average of 4 miles a month, but we can't be sure yet. We will have to wait for May 17th's data to come in to see what's happening. But that means that magnetic north moved about 27,456 feet in that month and about 915.2 feet on an average a day for the month. Now, that's crazy movement. Crazy movement. It is quickly nearing the 40-degree mark where we will enter into our weakest field lines. Okay, so some other things you can expect with all of this would be increasing extreme behavior of the sun, extreme heat and scorching from the sun, even getting burns and blisters in minutes in some places. Solar flares and other solar activity heightened, increased warming of the Earth's core causing core expansion, which in turn causes magma movement, intense electrical storms, and crazy ionospheric charging, possible failure of the power grid, terminal failure of all electrical equipment which is not shielded properly, the collapse of the Earth's magnetic field which is shielding us from cosmic and solar radiation. As a result, exposed plants will have a rough time. This, amongst other problems, will lead to food shortages. Severe or deadly UVA, UVB, and UVC and gamma radiation will be at an all-time high. Overexposure to cosmic rays, heightened cancers, heightened heart problems, all of the above with health problems. Now, feeling like you're going crazy or mad, that's going to happen. Magnetism causes that. Crazy vivid dreams, problems with Earth's rotation and speed, dramatic increase in near-Earth objects like fireballs, meteors, and meteorites, severe and abrupt violent climate changes, wild swings in temperature, torrential rains and floods in some places but extreme drought in others, huge snowfalls and record hailstorms, increased seismic activity, widespread volcanic eruptions, magnetic reversal and pole shift, water displacement events, tsunamis and violently rising ocean levels, flooding of coastal areas and cities, shifting and sinking of land masses, some land masses sinking into and some rising out of the ocean, tidal and rogue waves, 200-plus mile-per-hour winds, the changing jet stream, more tornadoes and hurricanes over land, so what they will refer to as looking like a land hurricane, shifting of the climate regions and seasons, changing of the length of days in the calendar, gravitational issues, and much, much more. Now, I hope this gives you all a good idea of what to watch for and why we are seeing so many magma issues currently. The core is literally being heated from the inside, causing magma to be on the move in a very big way. You will continue to see dormant volcanoes and even extinct volcanoes come to life, and possibly even some new ones. Eyes on, and everyone be safe. Just be prepared and not scared.